to If Only April. Today, yes, you guessed it right, we're gonna be cleaning this garage. Okay, so here's his overview. I mean, I know project after project and all this stuff just piled up, and yes, it kind of like getting out of control. So I figured that I need to clean it, and I'm inviting you to the journey. Because what we're also gonna do is we're gonna do some Q&A. So I asked you on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, please make sure to do so, about the questions that you have for me, because today here, I'm honest, and I'm gonna be answering all your questions. So I got the questions. I'm ready to clean this place. Let's get to it. I mean, yeah, you can see the hesitation. It's a lot of work, like a lot of work. And today I want to get rid of as many things as possible, because yeah, if we're gonna be moving soon, then I need to be as light as possible. So yes, everything that I don't need, gonna go. So Facebook Marketplace, be happy. The local people, yeah, get excited. There's a lot of stuff coming your way. Damn, I don't even know where to start. Oops. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start by picking up the scrapbook. Yes, that's a good beginning. Okay, I'm already tired. Okay, I feel that I already done enough for a second, so let me start with the first question. Okay, question number 1. How did you get started in DIY? Well, it's actually an interesting story, because I'm not sure if I told you before or not. So I used to live in New York City, in Manhattan. When we had a baby, we lived in the 1-bedroom apartment, and I really wanted to get this baby gym for my kid. But when I looked at the prices, they all were like $150, $200, and I was like, oh my god, this is like so expensive. I probably shouldn't spend so much money. So I went to the local Home Depot. I'm going through this lumber section, I was like, oh my god, you have so much wood in here in Manhattan. And the guy looks at me in shock, and there was like literally maybe like 6 by 6 feet corner, you know, like with lumber, but for me it was so impressive. So the guy looked at me and he goes like, have you ever been to Home Depot anywhere else besides the city? And I was like, no, how does it look there? And then my first time, like probably a year later, when I went to Home Depot, I was like in shock. I was like, oh my god, this is how lumberyard looks like? That's amazing. But anyways, back to the story. So I made this baby gym at home. I asked them to make the holes for me and everything. And I have this video actually on my YouTube, so if you want to watch how to make that one. I asked them to pre-make and pre-cut everything for me, so I had to just assemble it. And I still remember me, you know, like painting this, like the bottom of that baby gym on the staircase in New York City building. And my neighbors were like screaming at me like, stop doing what you're doing, like this smells bad, like you're not supposed to paint on the staircase. And I was like, oh no. So after that we moved to Connecticut, probably maybe 6 months after that baby gym, and I got a garage finally, and my husband got me power tools for our anniversary, and yes, so that was almost 3 years ago, and that's how it all began. I guess it all began with that baby gym for my kid. Basically, after I made that baby gym and I had like my power tools, the next thing that I did was a Montessori floor house bed for my baby. And when I made that, I was like so in shock with myself, and I was like, oh my god, I can actually do it. I can do it. And that was such an empowering feeling that yeah, I basically never stopped since. I guess I answered enough for the moment. I need to continue cleaning, right? I have to say, I'm so disappointed in this pegboard, and next time when I'm gonna renovate the garage, I'm definitely gonna use something like wall control. Hi, hello wall control, my friends. Definitely need your help with this one. Because yeah, you see they're falling all the time and it's so annoying. Like extremely annoying. Am I the only one who uses brushes and then never cleans them up? I mean, I know, that's a waste. By the way, guys, I discovered that I have so much, I mean, not that I discovered, I always knew that I have so much scrap wood, so please let me know if you would like me to make some sort of projects, you know, like with scrap wood, you know, like so. Shit, I definitely need to back over here. So yeah, so let me know if you want me to do some any scrap wood projects. If I ever gonna survive the cleanup. I can take it and I'm gonna blow it. Ah. Okay, so let's see what the next question is. Okay, do you have a dream DIY project? Well, yes. Absolutely, and my dream DIY project probably would be to buy a house, like a fixer-upper, not 100-year-old. I mean, probably that's too much, although, I mean, I'm always up for a challenge. So yeah, so I basically want to have like the house and then fully renovate it and update it and just like decorate it to my style and everything, even though I'm not 100% sure yet what my style is, but I'm pretty sure it would evolve, you know, like I know to find my style, because it's very hard to find your style, you know, like when you live in the rental and you cannot let your creativity go, you know. So yes, so I think, you know, like to buy a fixer-upper, that would be my dream DIY project. Hopefully soon. Okay, watch this. This thing never gets old. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa. Yay! Okay, let's do another question. Another question, another answer. Let's see what we've got here. Love your hair today. Well, thank you, sister. Tool that you use the most. Okay, well, I would say that it's definitely my miter saw. That's an easy one. Yeah, my miter saw for sure. And then probably crack jig and the drill. Actually, you know, like what, I'm wondering, like, are you interested for me to write like a blog or like make maybe a YouTube video about what tools I think the beginner, like DIYer, should have? Because I do have my opinion on that. But anyways, that would be definitely my miter saw, because I was like quite intimidated by table saw for a while, and only now I'm kind of feeling comfortable with it and everything. So my miter saw is like my pretty much go-to for most of the cuts. And yeah, drill, obviously, you know, like drill and the where's my drills, by the way? Wow, I haven't seen it for a while. So yeah, so basically my drills, miter saw, my drills. Yeah, circle saw is very useful too, jigsaw too, but I don't use them that much. So yeah, the most used tools probably my miter saw, my drills, and the crackjack for furniture building, for sure. And the bread nailer. Maybe it's like second degree. Anyways, I hope I answered your question. Let's get back to work. Special shout out to these 2 units. So it used to be my craft table. So you know, like those were the shelves with all the nice containers and everything, and I had like a plywood on top of it. But I don't need this anymore. But you know what? I don't know how to reuse this wood because this is 1 by 12, like very legitimately like expensive wood. I'm not sure why I didn't do it from plywood. It was, I think, 2 years ago. I mean, yeah, things definitely changed. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna repurpose this somehow, but I'm just like not sure yet how. So yeah, that's the struggle here. But so far it's staying with me. Okay, let's do another question. What else is there? What's your favorite project that you've done? Well, that's an easy one. That's the last console table with cement tabletop. But you know what, guys? I kind of feel that every single time I do a new project, I kind of feel that that's my favorite. Because I remember I was like over the moon when I built the playground and when I made the bunk bed for my kids. Yeah, so basically the last one is always my favorite. So yeah, okay, let's do one more. How many pairs of Louboutins do you own? Uh-oh. Okay, that's a funny one. A lot. I mean, I do have a lot of expensive shoes because let me explain. If you watched my videos, I probably mentioned before that I used to live in New York City in Manhattan for probably about 8-9 years and in my early 20s. So I still remember days, you know, like when I could just like survive on $1 sliced pizza for like weeks, but I would get myself shoes, expensive shoes. I mean, shoes and power tools. That's like 2 of my biggest obsessions, I guess. So I do have, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 pairs of Louboutins. I know, that sounds so superficial that I don't remember how many pairs I own. But to be fair, since I got pregnant and after my pregnancy I can't fit to most of them. So I guess that's, yeah, that's kind of counts for something. Yeah, that's very sad. But I do love them. I love expensive shoes. I'm just putting things over there because I'm snapping pictures and I'm gonna post it tonight on Facebook Marketplace, but I just like want them to be in the same area, just like shoveled in there off the way before someone comes and picks them up. Yay, most of this stuff gonna go. it. This one is definitely becoming one of my most favorite toys ever. You can just like let the dust go far, far away. This is so cool. Okay, let's do another question while I'm taking a little break here. Well, breaks are always good for your soul, you know that? How did you choose to live in Stanford? Well, okay, that's an easy one. So we lived in the city, I said it before, and then we started looking for some nearby places where taxes are lower, and my husband still has to go to work to the city, so it had to be like in the train distance to New York. And we live right now, it's like 45-50 minute ride to New York, so it's very accessible. And yes, that's why we chose Stanford. Not sure if we're gonna stay here for much longer, but here we are now. Another question. Okay, if you could choose any DIY project, what would it be? Well, so do you know this beautiful library by House of Esperanza that she built? And it's a built-ins basically. It's all the way up to this, like from the floor till the ceiling, with this beautiful, beautiful leather. And it has like those books like tucked in. It's just yeah, it's been always a dream of mine to have like a very, very big library in the house. And I don't know if you know or not, so my undergrad is in literature and Russian language, and this is why I've been always reading a lot, and I love books, and I have massive collection in Moscow, and I made like another massive collection of books here. So this is my dream basically, to combine all these books together and then make this like floor to ceiling wall of books, so they would just have a place, like have a home. I mean, yes, this is my absolutely dream project, and I'm pretty sure it's actually very, very accessible. I mean, I just need to buy a house and then I can make that library there. Okay, what's your favorite color? Well, you know that. I mean, it's definitely yellow, and all shades of yellow. I also like black, I like blue, I like green. I mean, it's so hard to decide. I really love colors. I mean, I love neutrals, but at the same time, I kind of feel life sometimes can be a bit too bland if we use too many neutrals. But yeah, neutrals are also awesome, but yellow, all the way yellow. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I think I have a couple of more questions, but I'm gonna answer it in a bit. But yeah, let's do it. Let's wrap it up, finally. Why can't I throw away all the sanding discs that I used? I mean, this is the question that I ask myself all the time. And we're done! I mean, almost. It's still not perfect, but you know what? You know, like, I just decided that it is good for now. I mean, it is perfect for me to start the next project, and yes, so we did it. So let me get back to the questions. I think I have a couple of more questions, and then, yeah, we're gonna part ways. What is your secret to keep up with raising kids and doing YouTube videos and Instagram at the same time? Well, the thing is, there's no secret, because I have no idea how to keep up with the kids and doing all the videos and all this work. And I'm constantly struggling, and I'm constantly trying to implement like new time management skills and everything. And yeah, but there's like no real secret. It sucks sometimes. I mean, I wish I had more time, but you know what? It is what it is. We all have to do it somehow. The last question: any advice for beginners DIY? I would say just start, you know, like no matter, like just like choose a project that you need for your house. Like choose something that you really like in the store and you would like to duplicate it, but don't like choose anything too complicated. Just like something with simple lines, simple design, and then find a plan. I'm actually, by the way, you know, like little announcement, I'm gonna be offering my plans for sale like very soon. So yeah, don't miss that opportunity. It's not gonna be expensive, just like $4 or $5, but still. So yeah, so download the plan and then follow the instructions, get like a couple of necessary tools, and just do it. I mean, like just do this one project, and after you finish this one project, you probably, and get the tools only for that project, because then you're gonna realize if you like it or not like it, and if you like it, then you're gonna choose another project and you're gonna learn like some new things and you're gonna learn some new tools. But basically, yeah, just start. I mean, just do it. So guys, thank you so much for following me here in my DIY journey. I really appreciate each and every of you, and yes, I'm so grateful for this community of DIYers that we're building here. It's just incredible. I hope you're gonna have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Okay, show's over.